Hey everyone, it's Dr. Nelson. So today we are going to cover a way to stretch out that posterior chain in your leg. Hamstring mobility, calf mobility, those are really important things that we see often. It's a big deal because we spend a lot of time kind of in that bent position. And I talk a lot about neutral spine and making sure that when we're bending to pick something up with load, we're maintaining a good back position. But if you don't have mobility in your hips, you can't do that. This is something that also translates to life. Think about how many times a day that you bend down to pick something up. So this is a really important stretch. We're going to use what's called the pail and rail system to work on this. It's from functional range conditioning. It's one of the systems that we found is one of the best ways that you can get an increase in mobility. So what that means, it stands for progressive angular isometric load and regressive angular isometric load. It's a P&F contraction at the end of the stretch that allows us to get a little bit more improvement in range of motion. So we'll start with that stretch. What you're going to use is a band, or you can use a belt, rope, anything that basically can kind of help you with the stretch. I'm going to wrap that around my foot, and then what I'm going to do is just lay flat on my back. As I'm in this position, what I'm going to do is make sure this opposite leg stays in contact with the ground, and I want to make sure that my ankle stays dorsiflexed or my toes pointed to myself and knee stays straight. So as I'm doing that, I'm just going to create tension, bringing my leg as far up as I can go. So once I'm in that top position, I'm just going to hang out and hold this for about 2 minutes. So I'm holding constant stretch for about 2 minutes. We really want to get about 80 to 90 degrees of motion when we're doing this stretch. So we're going to hold as tight as we can. 2 minute hold. At the end of that 2 minutes, that's when I'm going to add that pail and rail portion. So as the 2 minutes is moving along, I'm just going to try to get as much range from that as I can. Again, trying to maintain that knee straight position. After the 2 minutes is up, I'm going to contract. So it's almost like I'm bringing my leg down. So keeping my knee straight, but I'm trying to extend my hip back. And I'll do that for about 4 to 6 seconds. Just strong contraction. I want to hold the band so I'm not letting my leg win. I want to kind of keep it in place as much as I can, but I'm creating that tension through for a 4 to 6 second hold. And then I'm going to relax, and then that should be unlock a little bit more motion where you can come up a little bit further. I'll hold that for another 10 seconds or so, and then same thing, I'm extending down, holding that for 4 to 6 seconds, and relaxing. And then at the end, what I really want to do is, it's almost like I'm taking my toes to my head. So I'm using my quad, my hip flexor to kick my leg up, and I'm going to hold that. This is the rail part. I'm going to hold that for at least 15 to 20 seconds or until I just can't do it anymore. So I'm just pulling, trying to maintain that position for 15 to 20 seconds. So that is the hamstring pail and rail. I hope this helps, and check out our other videos.